So, there has been a new update in Ghost Simulator that has introduced Rebirths, and I'm going to be going through and seeing how it is. Apparently, there is some unique Rebirth rewards and a double gem event also, but the first thing that I wanted to show you guys is the fact that there is currently a code. It is Rebirth, but with a few substituted letters, or numbers for letters, so it gives you a nice godly pet. I think it's going to be probably really good stat-wise, which I disagree with, but since I'm not the one making codes, it's pretty good. So if we go compare it just relative to my other pets, actually, it's not as good as I was expecting. This was the free pet for the advent calendar from Christmas, so basically a free pet, and it was overpowered, so looks like this is much more reasonably stat pet. Same as Glitch Pegasus, one of the previous code bets. But anyways, now it's time to dig into this Rebirth stuff. So I'm pretty sure from reading up on it that to Rebirth you have to be in the Void, probably after defeating the bow boss, although I'm not 100% sure about that. But we're going to go ahead over to the Void and see where this Rebirth is. It looks like there is a new NPC over here, which probably has to do with it. You seek power and adventure, Ghost Hunter. I can give you more adventure, but you are not ready yet. Return after you've defeated the boss in the Void Castle. Only then will you be ready. Okay, so it looks like you will need to defeat the bow boss, and if you've already done it, then you have to do it again. So we'll just open this up and wait for the boss to come back. Looks like the next boss is incoming. We have quite a few people here that are also waiting for it, so it's time to go do this. I'll be back after the fight. Anyways, now that the boss is defeated, went by pretty quickly, maybe 2 minutes. Hopefully the fanfare of the volume didn't completely wreck your guys' ears for using headphones, but time to go check in with the Void dude. So, sell first, get a little bit of gems, like maybe 50,000, but now let's go see how you finish and the path is open for you. It's up to you what path you choose, Jump in the Void if you're brave enough. So, looks like we need to jump into the Void. So, I don't think there's anything we have to do right now. I have pretty good pets. Not the best, but by no means the worst. Ooh, Alpha is to be mythical. But yeah, let's go jump into the Void. See what our options are. And there I go. All the way down. You've reached the end of this world, the final Void, but your adventure is not over yet. The choices you make here will determine the next version of your journey. Choose wisely, as you may have access to certain content or advantages based. So they have added new content based on this? That's pretty cool. These options will always be available for you, but it may be a while before we meet again. So seeing how it takes about 3 weeks for a rebirth, it might be a while. So it looks like they also changed a few things, but we'll see if anything changes. Ooh. That's some lore. So it looks like we're going to be choosing yes. Ghostly vision allows you to see and vacuum up previously invisible mini-bosses in each world. Whoa. Whoa. Wow, that's pretty cool. Alright, so we can get up before now. That's literally next to useless since I don't have enough range right now. So, oh, you get reset gems. Looks like I'm going to get a 9%, so looks like we're pretty good on that bonus. Gives all current and future pet evolved powers, increasing all stats by 5%. Can be selected multiple times. For the selection, this perk will increase pet stats additively, i.e. selecting this perk 3 times will increase. Okay, that is really cool. Accelerates your vacuum increasing speed by 10%, can be selected multiple times, so that's really good. Token Tycoon's useless. As I've said before, tokens are completely useless. Souls is definitely going to be something that's going to be worthwhile for 30%, because I don't have Ghostly yet, so for grinding, you guys might want to think about that. Ectobits by 30%. Not as good, since you don't really require that for much upgrades. Divine rewards. Add Divine class pet overboard set to your inventory. So it looks like... So we get 2 free, a pet and a board from this one. Key hack. Hacks a pack of 100. Holy! That's a lot of crate keys. So I think for us, or for me at least, Divine Rewards isn't very good. I'll cancel for now. Yeah, I'm sure I want to cancel. Just to check what my current pet stats are, because 411 is pretty good. Yeah, I have nowhere near that amount. I think I'll go for the stats. Yeah, that's a bit of a long clip. Just going over each of them. I'll go over them in a little bit more detail later, but for now I think that's pretty good. Albeit, I will be choosing Ghostly Vision, I think, or Lucky Eyes. But Ghostly Vision it is. This will allow me to see new bosses. So, we'll see how that affects my gameplay. And here we are, completely rebirthed. All of our stats are reset. 0 of everything. All 50 million gems I'd collected before. Just completely gone for a 9% boost though. That's pretty good. As you can see, we're down quite a bit. Rebirth info. Pretty good. So one of the first things I was going to do though, was buy more agility. Yep. Double range. And double items. I think that's it for now. Might want to buy a bit more at some point, but I've had a lot of Robux sitting around for a while that I got for recently, but this will help me quite a bit with just grinding up. And it looks like servers are resetting, so I think that'll be it for now. I'll grind up a bit, see if I notice anything different, but... Well, anyways, I've ran into a small problem with the quest line, so I think that'll be it for this video, at least, quest line-wise. As I have maxed out both my inventories, but mainly my pet one for this quest, so I can't really open a crate. I'll have to deal with that at some point. But for now, I think I'll switch into analyzing each of the possible choices for a rebirth and telling you guys which ones you should choose, and depending on your current state. So we'll hop into that. I have no idea extensively what all of the different rebirth does, but from looking over it, it looks like first 2 are about the same, allowing you access to 2 previously invisible ghosts. I would say I would prefer the bosses, just since that allows you to get better stuff, and in my opinion, than a ghost will. The next one, an additional 2 streams, I would consider to be not really worthwhile, since ghosts are usually grouped in clumps of 3 together, which you can reach. So don't go for that if you have definitely don't go for that if you don't have overrange. If you do, maybe go ahead. The next one, which allows you to have 5% more stats and pets, is definitely going to be a decent one after a few rebirths, but for now, I'd say if you're first rebirthing, probably not worthwhile, especially for a normal player who has lower stats than I do. The next one, 10 times vacuum, since most of the time you're with your current pets, you're probably not going to be needing additional vacuum time. Definitely not the best one, especially since vacuum in the end is not something that reduces your grind. The next 3, Ecto, Souls, and Bit tokens, definitely do not go for Ectos. Ecto is easy enough to get with higher end pets, so don't worry about that. Um, 2 times souls. If you're worried about getting ghostly, that might be a good idea to get. But as I said with the 5% pet stat, I would suggest not going for it first off, since you can have the more content of the first 3. Yeah. And then Ectobits, it does allow you to grind quite a bit more gems, 30% fatter, if you can look at a previous video for how much that calculates out to. But so if you're really into grinding gems without work, then you can go for that one endgame. The divine pets and boards, if you have a lower stat pets, like if you only have like goblies or other stuff, I would suggest this for most people, because it's a lot of stats and will help you just whiz through all of the whole game without needing to worry about stats. So that would be my biggest suggestion for people, is go for that right off the bat. Unless you have already pretty good pets like which are 100 plus stats on vacuum. But yeah. And the last one, the key hack pack. I would say definitely don't go for that, even though it's 100 crate keys, and that's quite a bit of gems when you think about it. Because of the David questline, you can actually get quite a bit of crate keys faster than that. And so I would just say definitely not worth it. I don't know if it's actually faster in the David questline, but probably is. So that, if you're thinking about which one to go for, that I would suggest going for the divine. And also, just a side note, if you haven't rebirthed yet, it might be a good idea to grind a few corrupt pets from the final boss by grinding some of those and opening some crates, since those pets could also help with your team instead of going for a divine pet right off the bat. Or you could also just grind for some mythical pets, but do some of that, and maybe you could go for some content instead. So that's my spiel, and I think that'll be it for the whole video. So thank you guys for listening to my TED Talk on which game passes or rebirth you should do, and see you guys